So I had to just pull the Band-Aid off, guys. Like you just saw in the time lapse, it was time for it. It's time for this thing to go. There's just too much rust. I think I've already told you that, but so I went ahead and got the engine. It's almost ready to pull. I have to just get a couple things off before I take it out. I got to get the header off, but it's like 11:45 at night. So I'm gonna call it a night for tonight. I'll come back to this later and get this engine pulled, get the transmission, everything pulled, and probably drop everything into this bad boy over here. So, and then we'll come back later and decide as far as cage, what we do with everything that's still good from this car, putting it into a different car. But for tonight, calling it quits. Like I said, I couldn't just think on it, because then I would have to come up with a way to like save it. But the 11 car's been good to me. It's time to let it go. Moment of silence for the 11 car, the first RSX for FFR. Okay, so that took longer than I thought it was going to take, but that is because I did not have my ratchet wrench to get the last lower, let me see if I can't show you guys. This bolt here. So it's the motor mount bolt, and it's kind of tucked up in a corner. And so I had to kind of basically like go very, very small movements one at a time. And then because I don't have the back tire back on, because, you know, back's completely rusted out, I can't really move the car that much. So anyway, we got the engine out. Time to take off every single good part that would be available to this car. And then from there to the junkyard to be crushed. Okay, so taking a small break, like you guys are looking at in the time lapse, I am getting the entire car, body panels, hood, sheet metal on the sunroof, visor, pretty much anything and everything that is still good on this car will be completely taken off and probably used to put onto the other car, because that saves me a lot of time with like doors and everything. I'll eventually do the other doors and gut them all out, but just looking to cut a little time here. I'm gonna end up using the entire rear hatch from this one to put it on the other one. So this should be semi-seamless. One thing I guess I should talk about is that when we did this cage, like I said, this is the first RSX, we ended up reversing these bars. So that bar and this bar, we accidentally put them on the wrong side. This was, like I said, I can't stress this enough. We were first time doing a cage kit. But so whenever I'm driving this car, it kind of blocks your left eye. So you kind of have to look past it, which is never been a big deal. But we will probably we'll cut the roof off this thing. We'll probably take the cage out, and then we'll cut it and reverse those bars, do it right. There's a couple small things that I would have liked to done differently on the other car, especially like even just getting a dash so that everything is covered up. But I'm gonna take a small break because I don't have any good drill bits. My gosh, drill bits. I just break them and then go through them. So I need better bits. And then the battery on my drill ran out. So taking a small break. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I know this kind of sucks as far as like just losing a car. However, there's a small part of me that's really excited about putting this all into the other one and making it good, making it right. There is an example, let me show you guys, of the rust that was in this car. So just completely caked through. So you might look at it and say, why in the world would Travis gut the entire car because on the outside it looks decent, but then you guys will understand just completely shredding through frames. So, and there was no way I would sell this car to anyone in the future with it being like that. Whenever we put it into the new shell, if we ever do move on into a different class, I'd feel much better about giving someone a safe car that's done right. Whew. It's hot, guys. It is hot out here. Look at this. Shout out to Fleming 47 for the dry fit because, well, it's fit, but it's not dry. Like you just saw, the time lapse, I'm gonna have Skylar cut this thing up into multiple pieces because I ran into a ton of issues with just going through a ton of blades, and then at the very last cut, my blade jumped off and then stuck in there, and I could not get the end of the grinder off to put on a new blade. And so I went to a battery one those batteries when you're grinding full speed last like 3 to 5 minutes. So went through multiple batteries. So anyway, I'm done for the day. I'm tired, but everything is taken off from hood to fenders to body panels and doors to rear hatch. Bumper. The only thing that's left is probably the rear bumper, but got hatch back there, everything. So at this point, it's time to start making some cuts on the cage to get this thing out, and starting to prepare the other car. I'm going home. I'm going to get a shower. What's going on, everyone? We just wanted to do a quick update video and I guess a closing chapter video on Centerfield Park. We made a couple videos showing the renovation process, and unfortunately our paths went different ways with some of the current owners, and we just decided it was in our best interest to unfortunately step away from the purchase of Centerfield Park. So we say that to say that tomorrow morning someone's coming to purchase the go-karts. We invited Pops up here to help me get them going. He's you can see 3.5 hours. So we got all the carts going. Dad, tell them where they're going to. I don't know. Going to a church camp. Going to a church camp. They're going to be about an hour south of St. Louis, and a guy's buying them and sending them to a camp and donating them to a church camp. So that's pretty cool. But we just wanted to say thank you guys for following along with this video series, and thank you for all the people that supported us. We wish we could have made it happen, but like I said, sometimes things just don't work out. So thank you guys so much. Dad, anything else you wanted to say?
No. Got a lot I can say, but I'm not gonna say.
We'll close this chapter out. See you guys later.
All right, Travis, we're closing the door.
Yeah.
On this nightmare chapter.
Yep.
But it was good. It could have been really good. We got the last of the stuff, the trains that me and Austin built, some seat belts, and some bodies to some go-karts.
That I got from North Carolina.
And just little things like water hoses and all. But I just say this place was going to be really, really nice. Crawfish balls, all that stuff. But how long has it been since you've been here?
Since I first got here, since I left.
Since you left.
I stopped coming up in, I think it was in October or November of last year. So
alright, so this is July.
6 months or something like that.
And it has not taken long for this place to become a dump again.
Parts of it.
So all the part, that front course,
the front course looks pretty good. Actually, looks
the
really
road
good.
Course.
Oh,
everybody's been saying the road course. We worked really hard to get going. We got it going. People played it. They loved it for that one day. And Kevin shut it down again. That's the one that we left such a mess. Well, I got some pictures of every one of them, and you'll see how well Kevin's taking over, because it is reverting back to the dump it was when you started. So glad this is over with. Now we can start another chapter, huh?
That's right. Move on. We wish him nothing but the best.
I was a little stronger than the youngin', but I got my end out first.
So here is, or was, the 11 car. I still have to get the rear bumper off, but we got every single thing of use out. We even took pedals and things like that. We're still gonna take subframe and shocks and struts and everything. Still, like I said, gotta get the bumper still. Won't be getting that off because we don't need it. But this is kind of the end result. So we will get this one up on the trailer and then take everything off of it and haul it to the junkyard. It's been a great car, but it's time for it to get a new shell, which I will show you right now. Okay, so I know we haven't done much talking, just a lot of time lapse and videos, but this is the new shell, the new RSX shell. You guys saw me strip this car probably about 6 months ago. I believe it was winter time, and got this one all stripped out. I knew one day we might need it, and then also I knew that there was some rust on my car, but Pops, we got it in, didn't we? Well, we got one out and one in.
Gonna make her topless.
That's right. So getting ready to cut the top off this one so we can drop the other cage in. I'll try to do like a quick walk around real quick of both cars so you can see the final result and starting result. So here's the new shell. Very, very clean shell. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but this car was in an accident that caused it to be totaled out, and I ended up picking this one up. So I'm very happy about the condition of this one. It is leaning over here. We got to figure out if that's a bent subframe or what's going on there. The actual frame is very straight, so we might have a bent subframe or we just might have a bent shock slash strut. But we're getting ready to take the roof off. Like you can see, Dad's about to start cutting, but this will eventually be the new 11 car. Very excited to see the result of it. Dad, you got anything to say?
No.
Nope, get to work. All right. Get her cut. We got Pops over here welding the new plate in. Got the top off. Cage mocked up. Plates are going in. So tonight, I think I'm gonna come back with some dry ice. There it goes. Dad's just trying to get the measurements to make sure that the cage is put in the right place. We are gonna redo the back bars because I did not like how they were done. Probably re-spray paint the cage at the top and just get some of the rust off. But overall, I feel like it's going smooth, right, Dad?
Yeah.
Other than Dad popping fuses.
Yeah.
My shop's on fuses, and so we popped a fuse. But we got it replaced, and we're ready to weld this thing in.
Okay. Quite a day. I got rid of some go-karts. Hold on, I'm gonna show you my skinnier belly. So this is how we used to do cars. Actually, we had cages already welded, and then we cut the tops off. It goes a lot faster because you can see the top. This car was over there on the slab. We cut the cage out of the old one, cut the top off, cut the cage out, put new plates in the bottom. Now they're not welded out because Travis has to work tomorrow and I can't hold all that, so we just got everything kind of tacked in. And so there you go, the top's back on. I will weld it out tomorrow now that I have some welding skills, and I will grind it down to where it's slick, where not quite like a body shop because this is a race car, but we'll get it to where when you paint it, you don't really hardly see it. But the cage is in, seats already in, seat belts are already in, window net's already in. We are going to build a dash on this one, and we're going to take away the center. On these cars, they have this bar that we left in last time that holds the steering. So all this chicken wire stuff will come out. I'll build a bracket that comes up like the rest of our cars, and it will line up right like that, and get him lined up, and then that'll be welded on this side and that side, a plate, make it nice and strong. Then we're gonna come in here and we're gonna get some little square tubing from Lowe's, weld some of these in right here, and we're gonna put him on a sheet metal dash this time so that it looks a little bit more. And then it's just a lot of cleaning up, getting all this rubber stuff off, because this one had windshields in it still. We'll start slapping doors on, fenders,
and send it.
get it painted up. Then we're gonna do some suspension work. We're gonna put a triple lift, double roller cam in the left wheel bearing.
We already got the camber set for this
That ain't cheated up. We're gonna put some micro lubrication in the rear end, and in the front end, we're gonna put a slap shifter in it. And this is gonna be one of them road runner eaters.
And then we're gonna put a massive push bar right on the front so we can hit Keith Rapp.
Yeah, bump all right.
All right, guys.
It wasn't Keith that got into this one.
All right, guys, we're wrapping up for the day. Dad will try to get some footage from tomorrow, right, Dad? And I will be at work, but we will recap you then.
All right, everybody. It's the mailman. I'm up here at FFR shop, St. Louis. Guess what? It's just as messy as the South shop. It's just a lot smaller. Okay, so show y'all what I've been doing. All right, so here we go. I'm up here. We have taken, as y'all saw, the leather car, got a new body. So this is how we used to do it all the time. Is we'd cut these roofs off and then weld them back on, or sheet metal back over them, or whatever. So that's how we did this one. So basically what we did is cut this cage out, put new plates down there, and welded all the plates. Right here, we did a little bit, went down just a little bit, cut it off so no plate is sticking out for legs to hit. Same thing over here. Kind of had to cut around because the roll cage don't quite get to the frame, so I had to make it. But this is what you do when you're working by yourself and you gotta get good measurements. So y'all see this jump? Ratchet straps. Tell me we ain't South Mississippi redneck brought up to St. Louis. I'm trying. So we had this bar that used to go right there, come across here. Well, I'll just show it to y'all out here. How the steering was in this car. We left this bar last time right here for the steering. We're gonna take it out this time. That's what we do with all our other cars. Usually I have a helping hand to hold it and measure it and all that. So this is what you do. You get your old trusty third hand here called electrical wire. You hang it up there, ratchet straps there. And what I've done is I've cut this plate and notched it out. And we're gonna weld that joker solid there. The problem is I got to keep a good measurement from here and make sure everything is the right length out this way from the floor and then at the right angle. So I tried masking tape. That stuff ain't good for nothing but paint. Electrical tape, I've used that before, but this ratchet strap and this wire is gonna have to be the trick today. So I'll let y'all see it here in a minute when I get done with it. Can't do the phone, weld, hold all this and everything. I ain't that good, I'm sorry. All right, so we're back. This is pretty much what you got now for your steering. So I got a plate, it's all welded, all solid on the bottom, across the top, both sides, even on the inside here. And I just got this other brace right here sticking and that keeps it from doing that. It ain't coming off of there ever. So now I'll take all this stuff off, clean it up, paint it, look good. All right, so here's a little update. We're grinding these down. You can see, you don't even see the weld anymore. But to be fair, I want to show y'all. So basically, just kind of spot welding it. It looks like maybe that I went all the way around, but that was on off little spot welds. And then I'll grind it down and show you what it looks like here in a minute. So give me a few minutes and I'll get this down. All right, so all that's been ground down. Again, this is a race car. I'm not trying to body feel and all that. Leaving a little bit on there for strength. And now I'll just come back. Got that to do. We'll knock that out. But like down in there, I might leave some of that a little more. I don't know. And I'll tell you what, the top back on. Gotta go slow. You'll just blow right through the stuff. All right, that's been ground down. They paint it. This has been ground down now. All of them been ground down. The roof is on. I will go back, like that little line right there where it's cut. We will go back in there. I'll weld some more of that. And right in here, just like I have over here on the back, I've done welded some back in here. Just to give it a little bit more, but other than that, the roof is back on and the cage is in. We start hanging body panels.
All right, so I've only got an hour here. Actually, I think I have like 20 minutes. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking the trailer here. I am just trying to get the last little bit of things off of the 11 car, and unfortunately, I took the van because the kids are watching a movie in there, and I left my impact. So hopefully I can get this with the regular impact and not the big one. We'll see here.
Just trying to get this car disassembled. Take every good thing off. Good deal. Got it. So, got the lower control arm taken off. Try to get the ball joint disconnected for the front stabilizer. I'm saying the wrong thing. Sway bar, front sway bar. And then I think I'm going to drop the entire front section here. Just hang with the guys. I'll leave the camera going. Alright, I got the link off. Well, about the link.
Alrighty, so like you can see, all suspension parts are basically taken off. Subframe is taken off. I still have to get that shock slash strut. Sway bar is taken. I got to get the fuel pump out, maybe pull the e-brake lever there, then take the rims, and that will do it for the OG, not the Hog, but the original RSX. So I'm wrapping up for today, but I'd say I'm pretty happy with what we got done in such a short amount of time. Get this, the last couple things taken off and get this thing to 111 salvage to be crushed. So I'll catch you guys next time I'm at the shop. We're back at the shop, everyone. Pops leaves probably in about 3 or 4 hours here. He's welding the rest of the car. So we are, I think we got it on video, but we have most of the cage welded back in and all of the this put back on. We put a little spray paint on there so it wouldn't be bare metal, but everything's looking really good. We just needed to do the inside of these lines here. Anything else, Dad? Inside lines and then rear bars. We'll have to come back and do these rear bars, the main bar across, and then I'll have to cut all that other stuff out so that we can make room for that rear bar. But we're gonna get a little bit done here and then pack up the car so we can send Pops on his way, and I will come back when it's just me and update you guys on the rest.
Hey, look at here, y'all. And we ain't in a hotel room this time. This is Keith cooking them up and not gonna get us run out of a hotel.
Well, we're calling it a night, calling it a week. Sending the mailman off in the morning at like what?
In 3 hours.
In 3 hours.
After 12 o'clock, I gotta get on the road by 4 in the morning to make it back in time for Austin to go to New Orleans. I'm in his car.
We're making the mailman deliver the mail all over the place.
They're killing me.
I'd say we had a very successful trip. Pretty much accomplished everything that we set out to do, right? You happy?
Other than the 11, I wanted it running when I got done.
Yeah. We got, I just showed y'all him welding in the last little bit of the cage, but we ended up getting the back bars welded in. Now I just have a bunch of grinding slash flap disc just to kind of smooth things out. And then a little bit of seat work, right?
Yep.
We'll get Philip on that. But we're signing out for tonight. We're sending the mailman off. We thank him, we appreciate him. He's an incredible dad. So until next time.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Or else.
Or else.